Hey everybody, this is Kyle Elliott from Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Palmetto, here for another NFL wrap-up. So it was week 3 in the NFL, week 4, I'm also doing college, week 4 for college, and it wasn't great, but let's talk about it. So starting with not great, my team, Illinois, they came in ranked number 9, playing against number 19, Indiana. Indiana put up, I talked about it last week, they put up 73 points against a no-name team. Well, they did it this week. They put up 63 points and destroyed Illinois 63-10. So that moved them up 8 spots to number 11 and dropped Illinois 14 spots to number 23. But luckily, Illinois doesn't have too many tough games for the rest of the season, so we'll see if they can stay in the rankings. They do have number 21 USC coming up here this coming weekend, so they got a challenge again. Then there was Oklahoma was at number 11 against 22 Auburn, and Oklahoma won 24-17 to jump them up 4 spots to number 7 and bounced Auburn from the rankings altogether. And then Texas Tech came in at number 17, Utah number 16. Texas Tech won 34-10, and they moved up 5 spots to number 12 and bounced Utah from number 16 all the way out of the rankings. Bye. Now, this coming weekend, there's only 4 games that are against ranked teams. I talked about the Illinois game against USC. ILL, let's do it. Then number 4, LSU is going to play 13 Ole Miss. And then I have a hard time deciding which one I would say is going to be the game of the weekend. Oregon, number 6 against Penn State, number 3. That's got to be a good matchup. 6 against 3, that's great. But then Georgia, Alabama, always a good matchup. Alabama's coming in at number 17, Georgia at number 5. You can't count that game out. So 2 heavy-hitting games. All right, let's move on to NFL. There's still a lot of unbeaten teams, and there's still a lot of unwinning teams. They just can't buy win. A lot of those teams matched up against each other this week, so it wasn't great. Unbeaten Dolphins got beat by unwinning Dolphins got beat by the unbeaten Bills. No surprise. The Bengals and the Vikings both came in undefeated, and the Vikings wrecked them, mostly with their defense. Now, granted, Joe Burrow's out. That plays a lot to do with it. But that was 48-10. Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. Still unbeaten Colts. I don't know how they keep doing it, but it helps when they play the Titans that can't win. They wrecked them. They're still looking good. They're 41-20. Jacksonville beat the Texans. Texans still haven't won. This was a little bit of a surprise. Carolina got their first win against Atlanta, but the biggest surprise was that they shut them out at 30-0. 2 more unbeatens played, the Rams and the Eagles, and defending champs still haven't lost yet. They're 3-0 now. Then Tampa Bay Bucks, they're unbeaten against the Jets, who can't win a game. Of course, Tampa Bay won. It was close though, 29-27. The Redskins, yeah, I still call them that. They won over the Raiders 41-24. Let's see. Oh, surprise of the week for NFL. The Browns, the winless Browns, beat the undefeated Packers. I know this is the only time I wear green. They beat the Packers 13-10. I'd laugh. The Chargers beat the Broncos, no surprise, but it was close, 23-20. Seattle destroyed the winless Saints 44-13. And then you had 2 unbeatens playing against each other. Last week I talked about how I don't think either one of them should be unbeaten, but one of them is going to remain unbeaten because they are both not that good. But the 49ers beat the Cardinals 16-15. What a boring game. Another surprise of the week, maybe not for everybody else, but for me, my Bears destroyed the Cowboys. No better team to destroy. 31-14, the best all-around performance of the Bears season so far. Kansas City picked up their first win. So that was two teams that somebody had to win. The Giants and the Chiefs were both hadn't had a win. Of course, the Chiefs pulled it out 22-9. Another boring game, though. And then what I called the game of the week, I said it last week, Baltimore-Detroit. It was a shootout, 38-30. Detroit pulled it out, and both of those teams are tough. But there's a lot of good teams that are still 1-2. Baltimore being one of them, Kansas City being another. All right, let's look ahead for next week. We have Minnesota Vikings and Pittsburgh Steelers are going to Dublin. So be alert that football starts early on Sunday this weekend. It'll be at 9:30 Eastern. Two more teams that haven't bought a win. Somebody's going to win. Titans or the Texans. Which one's it going to be? Both are 0-3. Then we have the Eagles against the Buccaneers, both undefeated. So somebody's going to lose there. They're both 3-0. I'm going to call next week's game of the week is, again, Baltimore. It's because they're exciting to watch. Baltimore and Kansas City. Both teams have losing records, but that's going to be the game of the week. 1-2 teams. You'll probably never hear that anywhere else. 1-2 teams is going to be the game of the week. And then just consider football done after that for the weekend, because Monday night, not fun. Somebody's going to win, though. The Jets or the Dolphins. They're both 0-3, and they have the prime time Monday night game. They really should flex that. All right, so that's my wrap-up for this week. Again, Kyle Elliott from Better Homes and Gardens, Palmetto. Reach out to me if you need some buying, selling, just some real estate advice. I'm here for you. 619-207-1067. Until next week.